Hello everyone, welcome back to the old stream farm where we got fields 5 and 7 finished ploughing, and I've had a general tidy up of the yard. I moved the wool pallets out here. Well, that one is ready now, but we'll deal with that later. Just tidied up, put some equipment away, sold the last of our silage out of the main clamp, and I've bought a cultivator that we're going to go and pick up, because I'd like to get some fields turned over and that kind of thing as quickly as possible, because I mean we've got a lot of fields and all we have is grass. I need to do something about the wood lying around as well, but we'll deal with that another time. I'm not too bothered about that just now. But the cultivator I got, it's a mod, because I don't really like the standard in-game cultivators. I don't know if it will work with hired workers or not, but I'm sure we'll find out. It's I think 8.8 meter working width on it, and it's a cheap one as well. I've changed my field of view slightly. I think I'd like to increase it a little bit more, but I have changed it a little bit. So we can just see them there. And here's the cultivator that I got. I'm not going to bother to go around. If I could buy this bit of land, I would. It looks quite nice though. Should probably have the beacons on. It's a bit wide for the road though. It's definitely a bit wide for the road. Luckily no traffic uses this stretch of road, so we should be fine for this bit. We do have field 20 that we need to cultivate as well, but we'll worry about that when we get to that field. I would like to buy more land, but we're only just at the point where we can afford some of the fields. But I think, I might be wrong here, but I don't think there's really any more new pieces of equipment I need. I think now the only equipment I need to get will be just replacement pieces of equipment for what we have. Actually, that's not true. There is one other piece of equipment I'd like to get. We might get it today, we might not, but we'll just have to see. So I'm not going to show you all the cultivating because there's a lot of it. I mean, I could put it in a time lapse, but it would be quite a long time lapse. Cultivating 1, 2, 3, 4 fields really. That's quite a lot of cultivating. But we'll do some of this field just now. And I am immediately missing a bit. That's working quite well though. Quite happy with that. It'd be nice to have something in this field as well. Like a crop. Missed another bit. Not that it matters too much because we can plant directly onto this. It is quite far behind the tractor though. That may cause an issue for some hired workers. It shouldn't matter too much in this field. I've cut down all the trees that were in the way at the bottom of this field. Okay, I decided to just go ahead and buy the other piece of equipment we need, so now we have it. And it's of course this big slurry spreader. What I don't know is how much slurry we actually have. 4,000 litres, so I'd be surprised if we have enough to fully harvest the field, but you can see there, we have an empty clamp, which is quite nice. This is quite heavy. This little slurry spreader actually takes quite a lot of power to work as well. A surprising amount of power. It's like 150 horsepower for just this, which I wouldn't have thought personally, but as you can see, we've got a hired worker. He's doing his thing. Oh, that is a lovely texture right there. That's just beautiful. I like how it makes it wet as well. It's actually quite a nice texture. Yeah, it looks like the hired worker is maybe gotten stuck on a tree stump that I never took out or something. Oh, we just went over a tree stump that I didn't take out. So there should be enough slurry here and what's left at the farm to do this entire field. In theory. It's the first time I've actually spread slurry in 19. It's not my preferred way of fertilizing a field. But we're getting there with it. Might be a little bit short, but what I'll do actually is I'll hire a worker on this. So that way I can finish this field off myself. I'll just do the ultra realistic drag the cultivator around in a circle while it's in the ground. It's always the best way to do it, I find. So I'm not entirely sure what crop we're going to put in this field. Probably whatever we put in the field next was actually. So I'm just making my way down to field 20 so that we can get working away in that field, but it's going to be fun. Hopefully we don't run into any oncoming traffic, because this cultivator does take up the majority of the road. But so far so good. Traffic is still on, it's just oddly quiet right now. Yeah, very oddly quiet actually. So I'm going to do this field myself, and I'll probably put this one in a time lapse, to be honest. Just simply because I can. You have to let me know in the comments if you prefer the episodes that have time lapses or the ones that don't, or if you're completely indifferent. But I'll see you guys in just a second. Okay, it would appear that the hired worker got almost all of this field done. This weird square section here, that's where the manure trigger used to be, and it's got 2 fertilization stages on it anyway, so it's just that bit there that we need to finish off. I've got the hired worker working away in our long field over that way with the cultivator. Hopefully they don't get too confused. It looks like they're cutting through the middle of the field. Ooh, missed my turn. Whatever keeps them happy, as long as they do something. Oh dear. I be right. Right, let's put in here what we can. Won't be much. Hopefully be enough to finish the field though. 29% should be plenty. And we'll finish that field off, and then I think we'll do a contract. I'd like a little bit more money than we have currently. I do like this tractor though. It feels quicker than the Renault, even though they both go the same speed. Oh, that was a mistake. I make quite a few of those. Alright, let's see if we can get to the end of here and figure out where this is. I think it's about here. Yeah, that works. Climbing up a small hill. And then just one little bit in the corner, and I'm not going to worry about that little strip of mist bit. There we go. We've got 12% left in slurry spreader as well, which is not terrible. Now I was going to use the Renault to seed, but seeing as it was already on the cultivator and that's the last field needing cultivated, I figured I'd just leave it to it. What we are going to do though is leave this slurry spreader over here. He is coming the right way. Doing a field very unusual, but whatever keeps him happy. This tractor is quite loud though. Let's have a look at contracts and see if there is any. Sowing, fertilizing, harvesting. Oh no, we'll not do that. Transporting and transporting. Field 15. What's field 15? I can do that. Or field 8. Maybe do both of those. Accept that contract. Now it would seem somewhat pointless using the Caterpillar for this particular job. So we'll jump in our little Fendt. I've left the spreader and the front weight round here, conveniently next to each other. I would like to upgrade that spreader at some point, but I'm not that worried with it just now. And we need some fertilizer. I have a bit in a pallet up the top, so we'll grab it first. And then we'll fill up from the silo and make our way down to the field. Okay, I've just finished up from the hired worker, a little bit of mist, and I'm mostly happy with what they've done, except for this. I mean, it's like, really? I don't know how to feel about that. If I don't laugh, I'll cry. I'll fix it some other time. But for now, what we're going to do is stand on the bricks there. We're going to buy something. We're actually going to buy a animal pen. I have some mod ones. This one is the one I like. And I'd ideally like to put it up here. Not terrible. Actually, I don't need that. I don't know what I got in that. Don't need that yet. So yeah, we've still got 150,000. I'll do a bit of smoothing around here. Oh, actually. How far away are those trees? Oh, they're a bit close. That could prove somewhat problematic because that's where you have to feed them. I'm sure I'll figure something out. I might rotate it or something off camera, but of course that is a good hint that in the next episode we'll be getting some horses as well as planting some fields. But hopefully you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, then don't forget to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, you can hit the subscribe button. It's a little bell icon there, and that way you'll be notified about any new uploads. And I will see you all in tomorrow's episode. Thank you all very kindly for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.